Support for People of Interest comes from UNICEF, who bets you don't have any idea what their acronym stands for. If you do, you probably looked it up on our website. But did you take a minute to donate? You heartless bastard.
Recent advances in limb transplants have been a great leap forward for the health sciences. However, it has also been an even bigger leap forward in the world of mad sciences, as these techniques are now being used to create quote-unquote Frankenstein monsters. One such modern Prometheus, Timothy Arlen, was created in the laboratory from the parts of several different people just a few months ago. Since that time, however, he has worked ceaselessly to become one of the world's leading proponents of what is being dubbed human recycling. You can catch him in his traveling lecture series, Don't Bury Your Potential, and he will be featured in an upcoming TED Talk. Timothy Arlen, welcome.
Hey, radio.
Ooh, ow.
Give me a boxer's arm.
Yeah. Well, I see that you're actually made up of quite a few interesting characters. Patrick Swayze, I'm behind. Condoleezza Rice, who's not dead yet. How did I guess, let's start from the beginning. So a few months ago, you woke up in the lab. What were your first thoughts?
Holy shit! I wonder if they have room service in this lab.
And did they?
No! Well, I was immediately in a bad mood. And then, I started waking up and I realized things didn't quite work right, like just kind of one foot was shorter than the other. I went to reach for a glass, and I had the glass, but I couldn't feel the glass.
Oh. But
when your mouth's numb and you're just water's dribbling like that, but the whole body's out.
that is, but you seem to have persevered, and you seem to be more in control of yourself now. How was that process?
Well, people just love me. I don't know. I thought I was going to be a monster. And then they're offering me speeches. And hey, you should come to Google and give a talk to our intern. I'm like, okay. Hey, Google. Interns.
So now you are, again, the leading proponent of human recycling. Why do you think it's so important that we reuse our dead and sometimes alive and sometimes cookie monsters to create new beings?
Well, it's kind of like, when you're first born, right, and you're a baby.
Yeah.
Your genes have come from two people.
Okay, that's right.
A man and a human woman.
Yes.
And the man's human too.
Yes.
But that's two people. So that's just two pairs of genes combining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times 1, 2. 28 different people flow through my body. So that means I'm 28 times more likely to jump higher, or 28 times more likely to finish my driving test faster than you.
Interesting way of looking at it. I hadn't thought about that. So, what do you feel that how do you feel that all of these different people, affect you? How do they influence you?
It's the only way I can describe it is it's just a constant war going on inside here. It's like Cookie Monster just wants to eat cookies all day, but you can't. You'll be obese. I have to fight that every day.
Condoleezza Rice, she would have me in a debate at the grocery store every fucking day of my life. But
Wow. I mean, there must be some good parts.
well, yeah, I told you I got the arms of a boxer. So bar fights tend to work out in my favor.
Sure. Anything for advancing peace? Maybe.
Well, you know what they say about peace. It's who's ever got the biggest gun. Typically keeps the said peace. So see, this is what's all. See, Condoleezza Rice doesn't approve that statement, but I said it anyway because it's a war. It's a war, sir. But a war that every human should be willing to fight to be better.
Sure. I think it's an interesting metaphor for the war that I think happens in a lot of us, just not on perhaps the scale that you are experiencing it. So tell me about your upcoming TED Talk.
Well, again, they're just like, you want to come give a talk at TED? And I'm like, I'll talk to TED, sure, why the hell not? So I'm just going to go, I'm probably going to wing it. I might write something down or read CNN 5 minutes before I go on. I don't know.
You need to convince, here you are in a position to really, really influence the discussion on human recycling, and you seem like you're almost thrust into it, against your will.
Well, it's not against, it's against part of my will, yes. So it's part of me, yes. When I had to set the phone down and pace for 5 minutes before I decided to take that talk. And the part of me that wants to advance it said yes. Okay, but the part of me that just says, chaos is the way to go. Mostly him, says just derail the speech. So my biggest push right now is just to not sabotage this speech from within.
Oh, wow, that is something else. Sure, which part of your person do you really draw on for strength?
I mean, besides,
like internal strength. External strength.
Sometimes I forget who I put in me.
well, I'd say Napoleon. Andre obviously, he's a gentle giant. Napoleon is ruthless. So.
The two of them together, probably unstoppable. Well, I suppose Lindsay Lohan's probably a bit.
Yeah, but she just likes to get a little. I just like to get a little crazy sometimes. That's Lohan talk.
Yes, there have been some. You have been on TMZ a bit.
No, so every time I get off the airport, they're there. They shouldn't give me so many little bottles of Jack on the plane. It's their fault.
How are the flashes? A lot of people throw around the term Frankenstein. You're afraid of fire.
Hate that
A lot
name.
of stereotypes. How do you cope with that?
I think about it the other way. No disrespect to you, but again, you're comprised of two people. Okay, boring. Comprised of all these Bruce Lee, Richard Simmons.
Still a lot. I'm going to ask. Actually, this is sort of a hot topic here. You have a couple people who are still alive who are contributing to you. What happened there? I know that your doctor, your mad scientist who put you together. Have you come to terms with him yet and really sat down and talked about this?
We've made peace. We have made a very fragile peace that I'm this close to breaking every day of my life. I can't lie. There is peace.
Final question. If you could meet all of your former selves, and some of them you can, what would you say to them? How are you honoring their legacy?
Well, I would say to all my 28 donors, I'm doing with one little bit of piece of you what you couldn't do with all of you.
Profound. Timothy Arlen.
Thank you for having me.
Actual support for People of Interest is brought to you by Philly Improv Theater, Philly's home for comedy. In addition to shows every week of the year, PHIT offers classes in improv, sketch, and stand-up. For more information, visit phillyimprovtheater.com.